Alright, so in example 8, we have the same situation. A company purchases a car for $20,000, so we know our cost is $20,000. It's expected the car will have a useful life of 90,000 miles. So this idea of a useful life is different. So what I usually do is I do an arrow and then I write my life is 90,000 miles. So like this, you could do this with a copier or with a combine, you know, so many hours or so many miles. Again, I'm going to put miles here. Okay, so this depreciation is completely based on use. Okay, and then it's sold for 4,000, so that's the same scrap value we had before, and then wearing is still going to be C minus S, so we still get 16,000. So all of that part is the same. The only new piece is the miles, so that's what's going to determine our depreciation here. So we assume that the car is driven 19,000 miles the first year, 26,000 miles the second year, and 22,000 miles the third year. And we want to find the depreciation allowance after 3 years. What is the book value at this time? So here also we're only doing 3 years, so that's really nice. Okay. Now in our table, the only thing that's really going to change here is we're going to have an extra column because we still have year, depreciation, accumulated depreciation, and book value. But I'm going to add a column to help me calculate the D because I have that idea of the use, okay, of the use. So again, we have years 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to add a line here for my 0. So 0 years, we don't use it, hasn't depreciated at all, so our book value is going to be the cost. 20,000, that's just like before, nothing's changed there. Now in the first year we use it 19,000 miles. So again, that's here, driven the first year. And then in the second year, 26,000. So here this is in miles. Okay, and then in the last year we have 22,000 miles. Okay, so now to get the depreciation, what we're going to do is something a little bit different. This time our depreciation is the use in the per year divided by the total life. Okay, so divided by the life, and then we're going to multiply that fraction by our wearing value. So it's kind of similar to the sum of years method, but here we're doing it on actual use. Actual use. Okay, so I am going to calculate the separate D's. Just to kind of show you that in some blank space, and then we'll pop them into our table. Alright, so let's work these out. So our first depreciation in year 1 is going to be 19,000 miles over the life, which we said was 90,000 miles, times our wearing cost, 16,000. So when we do that in our calculator, you should get 3,377 and 78. So we're just going to pop that up in our depreciation. Again, that's 3,377 and 78. Now when we do D2, it has a very similar idea. So here we have 26,000 because that's the use in miles for that over our 90,000. Again, we're going to multiply that by our 16,000. So this time we get $4,622.22. Just pop that up here. Okay, and then for our D3, we're going to take our wearing here, or our use, which is 22,000, divide that by our 90,000, times the wearing value of 16,000, and we'll get 3,911 and 11 cents. Again, we're rounding here to the nearest penny. So just popping all of those in our table. Okay, and then we're gonna figure them out just like we would normal, because to get the book values we're gonna have to do that line by line like we were doing before. So our accumulated depreciation, we're only 1 year in, so that's just going to be the same value, 3,377 and 78 cents. And then our book value is going to be this 20,000 minus the depreciation. And when I calculated that, I got $16,622.22. And then we do the same thing. So we already used this value, so this is just kind of hanging out. our accumulated depreciation is going to be the $3,377.78 plus $4,622.22. So that gives us $8,000 total. And when we subtract our current book value minus the depreciation, we get $12,000. Okay, and you could put 0.00, but if it's a number that ends nicely, you don't need the 0.00. It just depends on your preference. And then here, when we do our value for that last year with the 22,000 miles, our accumulated depreciation becomes $11,911.11. So here we don't use the full life of the value, so that means that you could get another year out of it, or you could sell it early. And then our book value, when we subtract the $3,911.11, would be $8,088.89. Okay, so that means what we're finding here is the book value at the end of the third year. So the book value after 3 years would be $8,088.89. And again, here the sum of our uses to get the where that's left. If you wanted, the depreciation allowance would be the remaining depreciation. So that would be your 90,000. So that's the life minus the sum of the use so far. And when you do that, your depreciation allowance is 23,000 miles left.